All right, what's up, everybody? So it's October 12th. It's Thursday night. It's been a great, wonderful day. I live in the Dominican, so it's always hot and sunny and beautiful here. Kids had a school event, got to see my daughter speak in front of everybody. That was cool. She watches me talk in front of Zoom in front of people all the time. So I love when people step out of their comfort zone to do something, And tonight we're going to talk a little bit more about a couple cool things about Edge AI, aka Ed, right? Ed is short for Edge, just to let you guys know. But stepping out of a comfort zone, thinking of outside the box, doing something that some people may have tried but didn't work, but having and being a part of something that is, I would just kind of call this revolutionary to a point where we have an amazing corporate group. They're up front, their faces are on here. You're going to meet the CEO tonight. We got Allan. Allan Driggers is on here as well. I've known him for years. Great IT developer, all the different things, going to help everybody kind of understand this in layman's terms. So, what this company is doing is going to pave the way for all of basically anybody in this passive income space to want to have control of their funds. So I looked at this and then I looked at it and was like, oh my gosh, like Allan, and I was like, I ain't going to guarantee anything. Just wait till you watch this bot work. Just wait till you watch the bot work. You can set the parameters on the gas fees, how much, if you want $1 to turn into $5, or you want $1 to turn into $2, $1 to turn into $3. A lot of cool features, just a button click away. Yeah, give me 1 minute. You can. So with that, this is like a game. It's like the end game changer, something different to put into your repertoire or diversification portfolio. But when you see how this works, and because I'm talking to Allan all the time and talking to Sally all the time, and us being at the forefront of this, like looked at like the master distributors of it, it's even cooler that we get this before anybody else in the world, not in Dominican, in the world, not in the United States, in the world. So what I like about it is, let's say Thursday morning you put $2,000 in it. Thursday afternoon, your husband hits a bumper, like hits I don't know, a rock and knocks the bumper off, and you need $2,000. You can take your $2,000 out. That's what I mean by having your money liquid. That's what I mean by controlling your funds. Yes, they're going to trade for you. No, they can't touch it, but you can. You can go and take that right out. So I've been a part of many companies that we put our money up and we wait 60 to 30 to 20 to 120 days to break even on the money we put in that we can't even take out. So having the ability to take it out is fantastic. And so jumping right into why we're calling this the end game is that reason mostly. I mean, yes, the bot works. It's over 70% win rate. You can control kind of how it works. So, and Allan will kind of explain that, because some people might make more with the same amount in their account than others, because maybe they got it on 5x when the other one has it on 2x, or maybe they have their gas fees only working at $30 instead of $10. So there's some cool things that are going to happen with this, but don't get overwhelmed. You don't have to trade. This isn't something where you got to sit behind a computer and watch a chart. Believe me, it's fun at first, and then you're like, okay, my eyes hurt and I don't know which way this is going, and so, being able to set it and then forget it, go on vacation, come back, see what you made, and to know you're just paying a subscription fee that you're going to be making more than the subscription fee. So yeah, that's okay with me. And it isn't a program where if I put 20 grand in, David gets paid. He only gets paid off the subscription fees and the volume of those. So it's kind of cool watching people excel, watching people grow their accounts, and knowing we're doing this the right way. And it's in a DeFi wallet. You can do this in your MetaMask and probably your Exodus wallet, probably in SafePal, probably in gosh, there's so many different wallets, but I'm a MetaMask guy, and I like MetaMask. And when you hear Allan say he's a MetaMask guy, I would do what Allan does, just because he's the developer and the IT about it. So obviously he's going to be able to work that one easier than anything else. So, I'd like to introduce Allan, and then, Allan can introduce Yogi, because Yogi's on here, and that is our CEO as well. And so Allan Driggers, buddy, what's going on? How's it
Not
been?
much, Brian. How are you?
How's the last
It's
4
been
days going?
it's been nuts. I mean, that's the only way I can describe it. It's been absolutely nuts. I think Nadia, we have Yogi's on. Yogi got booted. I don't know what happened. I think he rugged himself probably, but he'll be back on in just a minute. Yogi is our CEO. There he is, coming back on right now. We have Craig, who does our operations, and Nadia. Craig and Nadia are taking the night off. We've been going hard since Monday, and with very little sleep, and so they're taking the night off. But Yogi and I are going to be on here to visit with you. I just want to go ahead and apologize up front. My wife is not at home, and when she does get home, probably the next 20 minutes, our dogs are going to go nuts, and so you're going to hear some dogs barking. So just know what that is. So I'll go ahead and apologize now. But yeah, Brian and I have known each other for about 7 years. We've been in some different opportunities together over the years, and about about a year and a half ago, I guess, I just kind of got tired of it, and so I decided to figure out how to do this myself, as far as a bot goes. And so what a bot does is, bots have been around. In case you don't know, a bot has been around for the big financial players and the wealthy for years to trade on the stock market, and recently in the crypto world. And so what we've done is we've created something for the normal person to be able to utilize, feasibly, cost effective, and it works. So without going, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of the tech side of it, because I think it really doesn't matter, because what people are going to want to know is, how is it working? Am I going to make money? And so, but if anybody has tech questions, you want to take it, we'll take it offline. I can give you all the tech talk you want to talk. I kind of get excited about that. So I can talk about that all day, but most people don't care about that. And I know that. But about 18 months ago, we started about 18 months ago, we started working on the bot. I started working on the bot with the idea of trying to take advantage of speed to transaction, and be able to kind of compete with the big boys. And we were able to develop it. It was strictly a coded, so you had to know code to be able to use the bot. And then about 8 months ago, 8 months ago, I had several people ask me, hey, can you simplify this? So we started making basically a user interface, which I'm going to show you kind of a demo of what we're going to have here in a few minutes. Yes, sir.
I got something too for everybody. So I've been talking to Allan about this bot for months, but he talked about how to set it up, and I said, that's all you, buddy. Because I was like, there's no way I can figure out how to do all that code, and there's no way he can explain it. And another thing too, I didn't meet Allan on Telegram. I met Allan in person for the first time at a small event in a health and wellness company, where we were both taking the products that felt good for us. And after that, we became friends, and we started talking crypto. But that we met in person first than we ever met anywhere else. Sorry, Allan, go ahead. Everybody came in.
No, that's good. That's good. That's clear. Yeah,
we
met, had dinner, and we've met, I think, on a couple occasions, actually. We're both basketball guys. I was a basketball coach formerly, and I know Brian played basketball, still does. I think he still claims that a little bit. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, well, I'm going to share my screen so I can show the kind of the what we're looking at here. But yeah, Edge, our trading, is it showing? Does it come across? Nope.
Nope, not yet. Not yet.
There we go. I got to hit the right button. There we go. So Edge AI world, we are we have a 2-year roadmap that we're not going to get into tonight, but just so you know, the bot's not the only thing we've got planned. It's kind of it's the first phase. We've got several things coming that we can talk about down the road, but let me pull this down. So welcome. We're going to change. Our idea is NFTs, cryptocurrencies, AI, and real world assets is what we're going to create. But here's what the Edge AI trading bot will do for you. We call it Edge short. It's a fully automated AI trading, which means it's going to trade for you. You don't have to do anything. We have the AI. We have two AI. We actually have two bots. One is the trading bot. The other one is the AI data bot, and they integrate together. And the AI trading bot, or the AI data bot, picks which coin to buy based on some formulas, and then the trading bot executes it. As an end user, you will have the opportunity to turn the bot on or off anytime you want to. So if you don't want to, if you want to trade, you don't have to be in front of the computer for it to trade. You could turn it on, and you can go on a cruise for a week, and it's going to trade the whole time you're gone. You will be able to control the bot with your phone, so you can turn it on and off on your phone. So you can turn it on and walk away. You have full user control of your wallet. Your wallet is your wallet. You do not send any money to us. You can have, I use MetaMask. Trust Wallet's another very popular wallet, but you really can use, I'm in Texas, and Texas has some really squirrely crypto rules, and so there's not very many wallets that can be used. And but you can use Binance, you can use Kraken, you can use the Coinbase DeFi wallet. It just has to be a DeFi wallet. Can't use a central exchange wallet yet. I'll leave it at that, yet. You can sell at any time. You can choose to sell if you're in and life happens and you need your money. You can sell anytime, withdraw anytime. You can deposit, like Brian said, you could deposit $2,000 in the morning, and if you need it out that afternoon, you can take it out in your afternoon. It goes right back into your account. It is, like I said, we are putting the bot on top of your wallet. You own your money, and likewise, when the bot buys a token for you, those tokens are yours. You could theoretically put those tokens somewhere else if you don't want the bot to sell them, or you can leave them in, and the bot will take care of it, will process the trades. But all the trading is done by artificial intelligence. I spent most of the day. We've got a couple of folks that I'm working with on the AI side. I've spent a good part of the day visiting with them, just working on some different things that are coming kind of cutting edge, as well as some additional code that we want to put into the bot. So it's really coming along really well to working to improve it. But so as Brian said, so you have user controlled gas protection. So gas in crypto, in case you don't know, it's basically like a transaction fee. And that transaction fee can go up and down throughout the day, depending on how busy or how many trades are happening. And it can get expensive. There are times when gas can get up almost over $100 a trade. It has historically done that, but typically it runs around $10 or so, or even less. But if you do not want it, if it gets to $100 and you don't want to pay that, you can set a max that you're willing to accept for your trade. So you have that option, total control. You can set your drawdown. So how much, if you deposit $5,000 and you only want it to trade $300 of your $5,000 on any given day, you can set that. If you want it to trade all $5,000, it'll do that too. You can set that, but you also set the dollar amount per trade. And so I don't want anybody to get really panicky over this. It does sound like it might be a lot, but really not. We're going to do a lot of training videos. I know Brian's going to do a lot of training videos. We're going to do a lot to teach you how to operate, but you don't have to know anything about crypto to be able to push a button. You're going to get to choose a 2x, a 3x, or a 5x when you want the bot to sell. So a 2x would be like if you put $1 in and the token goes to $2, you want it to sell, it'll sell it. It'll automatically sell it without you having to do anything. You can do that to a 3x or a 5x. That's phase one. We're going to have predetermined sell points. Phase two, we're going to do some different things, but for the 95% of traders, this is what you're going to want. Again, I talked about setting daily outstanding trade limits, so you can set how much you want to trade daily. You have the ability to push a button and to sell all your holdings. If you needed the money, it'll go right to your MetaMask wallet. You can withdraw it and send it to your bank. I do want to say we do have a dev fee built within the bot. It's 2% on the buy and 0.5% on the sell. And you'll be able to see all your open transactions. Your transactions, you'll be able to see them on Etherscan. You'll also be able to see them in the bot. All right, let me scroll down a little bit.
I
Maybe.
like that. Is everybody understanding any of those? You can ask some questions in the chat too as he goes, just because you're thinking of it. We can come back to those questions too. Go ahead, Alan.
No, you're good. This is kind of what it's going to look like. Not, I mean, this is my art. I'm not an artist at all, but this is kind of what we're coming together with. And it'll be much prettier than this, but this is kind of the general idea. So you'll have an on-off button to turn it on and off. You'll have a 2x, a 3x, a 5x. Okay, so when you make a trade, you'll select where you want the X to be for that day. You can set how much ETH per trade. So it's all trade in Ethereum. The only thing that we're trading in currently. So $50 is about 0.03 right now. So you would put 0.03 ETH per trade. We'll have a little thing up here at the top above it that will show what the current price of Ethereum is. And so when you hit 0.03 in, it's going to tell you right below it that 0.03 is 50. It's going to be in US dollars. It'll tell you 50 US dollars or 48 US dollars, whatever it is, or $100. We're going to have max gas is here. And then you have what's called priority gas, which I don't want to go into a lot of detail. I mean, I can tell you about it, but it's a way to bump your trade ahead of everybody else. We will have some training videos on that. Typically, I just tell you what I do. I leave it at about 10 and let's leave it there all the time. And you very seldom will change it unless you've got a really want to be aggressive trader. But for, like, again, 95% of your folks, leaving that at 10 is sufficient. So how does this work? So it's done through a monthly subscription. I thought I got there. I guess I hit it back. There we go. Monthly subscription. And so it's all done by trading volume. So again, you can control your trading volume. You can turn it on and off. So it's $199 for $0 to $7,500 trading volume, $399 to $7,501 to $20, $899 for $20 to $50. And so when you get to a level, if you're in the monthly $199 and you get to $7,500 in trade volume, it's going to pop up and ask you, would you like to upgrade your account to the next level? If you want to, it'll continue to trade for you. If you don't, you will stop trading for the remainder of the month. So you'll have that option to choose what monthly fee you want to pay. We do cap it at $2 million just because of a volume. We will expand that at some point down the road, but that's where we're going to scale it for the launch, and probably for the first six months at least. So everybody wants to know, how do you make money? So I will just tell you, we are working on behind the scenes on software for a back office or traditional affiliate marketing software where you can recruit, send emails, do everything that everybody wants to do. A contact manager, all of that. We'll have that, but it's not ready yet. We're working quickly. So what we're doing right now for the launch and probably for the first 30 to 60 days is we're going to have a 3-level payout. When we get the new program, it'll be a little deeper, and we'll have global bonuses, and we'll have fast start bonuses and all those traditional affiliate plans to help everybody get started. But the first level is you need to have 5 direct. So if you have 5 direct, it's a 15% payout of subscription fees, not trading volume. We're not paying you on trading volume. We're paying you based on the subscription fees. Level 2 is 7.5% with 10 direct, and level 3 is 2.5% with 20 direct. I think that's pretty straightforward. Anybody have any questions?
Not
If you,
on that. I do see some questions like, what do you mean by volume?
okay, so if you trade, if you make $100 trade, that's $100 in volume. If you make $300 trades, that's $300 in volume. So that's called trading volume. It's the number of times you go through your money. So if you put $5,000 in and you put a $200 a day or $300 a day, theoretically, in 30 days, you would spend $9,000. If we traded maxed out your trade for the day and or did it every day. We trade every day, but the bot may not find a token it likes. May not find 3 one day, might find 1, might find 6 one day. It's all about what's available in the market. The user will get the first one. So if you have 300 and we trade 6 trades, you're going to get the first 3 trades. I think that makes sense. If it doesn't, I will answer any question.
And
So go ahead.
another question too. Is my mic loud enough?
Yes, you're good.
Okay. All right. Another question, like what would be, so if it's $200 a month, $199, what would probably in your minds, that you've used this bot for a while, be like the minimum that you would need in your wallet to trade to make sure that you cover that $199?
I would recommend $1,000 minimum. I mean, obviously, the more you put, the more trades you'll be able to make, the less drawdown you'll have to do. We are going to allow, I believe, $500. Yogi, you can correct me. We've gone back and forth over this. We want this to be for everybody. $500 is cutting it pretty thin, but we also know in parts of the world, $500 is a lot of money in
It's a
some
lot of
parts of the
money.
world.
Yeah.
And so we want this to be global. And there's Yogi, our CEO. He's here.
Yeah. Hi guys. Yeah, we want to kind of keep it affordable as much as possible, because the outreach is it can go all the way to Africa, and $500 is a lot of money for them guys out there, you know. So we want to make it scalable as well and affordable. So yeah, I mean, if you're able to afford to go in with $1,000, that is the recommended amount as well. And I believe when we start doing the training course, we're going to recommend settings, if that makes sense. So make sure that everybody is profitable. But yeah, in other parts of the world, there will be options for other people to enter in with $500. But obviously, you can assume that the profit wouldn't be as much as it would be if it was $1,000 or $2,000 or $5,000. And again, what Allan said, it all comes down to the trading volume as well per day. But if you kind of look at it from a hindsight point of view, if you're making money and you're not making fiat, you're making Ethereum, and Ethereum is such a powerful token in the crypto space for guys that are not in the crypto space, and guys that are, they would understand that Bitcoin and Ethereum are probably the most 2 strongest asset classes in crypto. And just looking at it from a fundamental point of view, if you actually went and bought a miner, which would cost you anything from $40,000 to $60,000, you'd probably be lucky to make about 5 Ethereum or 6 Ethereum after you pay your electricity, gas, and your maintenance and your AC units to keep the cooling going, to keep it mining, to making your coins. If you saw this AI technology that we've got as a very cheap miner, and it was mining you even 2 or 3 Ethereum a month, you add that across the year and you kind of scale that down and hold that for the bull run. If Ethereum goes to 10 grand a pot, you're going to be scaling your wealth so much more than what you can think just from using this as a trading thing, sort of thing. So you got to kind of see this we're seeing this from a very long projection, if that makes sense, in this project sort of thing. We're not looking at it from just short term, 2-3 months, and everyone just makes money and grabs the money, goes away, grabs the money, goes away, sort of thing. Yeah, you can do that, but if you want to create generational wealth and long-term wealth and wealth management, you want to kind of see things as a long-term side of things. So you might want to distribute your portions, maybe, I don't know, 25% for living expenses, 50% you want to maybe stake for long-term, because it is a strong asset class to have. And then 25% you might want to compound back in as well, because everyone knows compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world, sort of thing. So if you add in an extra 25% of your profits back into the bot, you're going to keep printing. This is literally just a printer, honestly. Like, it's crazy how Allan, I don't know what's going on over there, but he's created something amazing, sort of thing. And and this is what we want to give to the public as well, and help everyone generate wealth as well. And we've got a lot planned in the roadmap, not just this as well. So we're going to be scaling into lots of other stuff as well, including real world assets and real estate as well. So there'll be an option for you to use some of your profits to get into those things as well as we go along the roadmap.
And I want to address a couple. Why the fees increased so low when they went? If you were here the last time, you saw that was 1 and 1. And I just want to address that because if you're making money, we looked at it from a standpoint of what we needed to do corporately, and the 2 on the front end and a half on the back end, because you don't have to sell, you can move those tokens. So that's strategically why we did it. I mean, I will be glad to talk about that if anybody wants to come. We can take it offline. But if it's for the end user, it's the same. For us, it does differently, and in the long run, it should and it will save the end user money, because we're not charging you necessarily as much on the back on the sell, which you're going to have profits on. Sally asks, can you add money anytime? You can add money to your MetaMask wallet. Anybody can, even if you're not on our bot and using our bot, you can add money to your MetaMask wallet anytime. I use crypto.com. I buy my Ethereum on crypto.com, and then I transfer it into my MetaMask. That's what I do. There's other ways to do it. I'll be glad to, we're going to do videos and we'll show everybody how to do that. I know Brian has done videos in the past on how to do that. And so we'll show that. I was just looking at some of the questions that were asked. I do want to say this though, if you're a 199 trader in the volume wise, and you get just think about this, 5 directs, and you got $200, 30, you're going to get 15% of that times 30. That's $150. So 150 of your 200 or 199 is paid for by maxing out, by getting level 1. So I just thinking about it that way. You can cover your monthly fee pretty easily if you so recruit. I've known Brian, like I said, for a long time. I'm not a big recruiter. I've always been the guy that has hooked up with Brian and said, hey, I want to do this. I love the product. I love what we're doing. I'm just not going to go. I'm not a big, go out and be the master distributor that Brian is. So there's a lot of people that are that way, and they'll be happy. My whole idea in doing this was to make this beneficial for those people as well. If you are a recruiter, you're a promoter, you can make a lot of money. If you're not, and you don't want to recruit anybody, you can make a lot of money. That if you do both, you're going to be sitting pretty good. I'll just, kind of leave it at that.
I think if I'm being honest, if you do try this bot, which you will through the NFTs that we're launching, you're going to get 30 days access. You're going to experience what this does, and you're going to get your wife on it. You're going to get your sisters on it. You're going to get your family members on it. So getting 5 people on board is not that hard. Like, as soon as this is this is really working, you'll be sitting with your friends. Hey, look, I'm making like a couple of $100 a day sort of thing, doing nothing. I can still go to work and I'm making an extra lump of money every month sort of thing. And they're going to be like, well, what you're on, and then you're going to just organically tell them, and they're going to sign up. They're going to use your affiliate link. So it's not going to be that hard to get 5 people on as your downline direct, if that makes sense.
Can't wait until that starts happening too, because guys, when people don't recruit for things, I totally understand, because sometimes we're putting our money up in their hands. Here it's in your hands. If you want, you can click off on the trades, and when the trades end, they're done. Or you can stop all trades and end them right there and take your money out. Then you'll feel a lot more comfortable sharing this. And Yogi, Allan, myself, there's going to be lots of other leaders from all over the world that's going to be doing different trainings all the time that you can plug people in. That's what I've always done, is I do Zooms to try to explain everything the best way as I can, so that way you guys can recruit to the Zooms and let us do the work for you. Thank you, Yogi. I can't wait to stack up some Ethereum too.
I will just say this. I didn't really want to go back into the history, really deep into the history, but when I created this bot, I had no intentions on putting this out to the masses. I created it with about 3 or 4 of the guys. We came together, They were friends of mine that I shared it with when we created it. And again, you had to know code to operate it. About 8 months ago, I had a Discord group of about 40 guys that were going, hey, I want to use your bot. And I thought, there's no way I'm going to share this with all of them the way it is, because I will be doing nothing but supporting them. Because if you had to know code, and if you don't know code, it's a headache. You just have user error. If you put a period in the wrong place, you put a space in the wrong place, it won't work. So we created a GUI, a graphic user interface to utilize. So we did it with that group. We had all the data that we were creating an AI bot. We did it all manually. So we had the data, we had to enter it in manually. And I'm like, man, this is getting to be a pain, because you had to sit in front of your computer all day long to trade. And it was a pain. And you want to make money, great, but you also want to live life. What's the point of making money if you have to sit glued to a computer all day? And so I started working on the AI. Craig, who is one of our operations guy, was in that Discord group with me. He said, hey, have you thought about doing this? He was already working with Yogi and Nadia. I said, let's talk. And it's kind of evolved over the last couple of months to where we're at today. And so you may ask, how do I get plugged into this? So what we're doing is, I'll let Brian kind of explain this too. We're doing what's called an NFT. If you don't know what an NFT is, that's okay. Brian uses the terminology a gift card, and I love that, because I think that's exactly what this is. It's the opportunity to buy a gift card. An NFT is nothing more than a picture that goes into your wallet. It's art. There's all sorts of different people that do different NFTs. These are the bottom of this here is a sample of what 2 of our NFTs are going to look like. So you get them in your wallet, and what does that do for you? Okay, what that's going to do for you on how we're going to do, it's called Ed's Fright Night NFT Collection. As a holder of this, you're going to get access to a live event, which we're going to stream on Zoom, Twitter, on Halloween night. We're going to do a 24-hour broadcast. It'll be a long day, but we'll be doing some trick-or-treating and be in costume and everything. And in that Zoom, for the holders who have an NFT, we're also going to drop you, it's called airdrop, where we send you a surprise token, several tokens, not just one, several, that you will have the opportunity, if you choose to, you can sell them, or you can sell them on the market. They'll go into your MetaMask wallet, and you'll have the opportunity to sell them. If you're on the live Zoom, we're going to give you, there's some things that are going to happen that night that will give you an advantage to sell your coins after we give you kind of the signal. So you get some special alpha. It's called, special inside information. You can do that in crypto. You can't do that in the stock market. So it'll be revealed. It also will give you 30 days access to the bot from the day we launch. We're anticipating launch between the middle and end of November. We're hoping, pushing closer to the 15th, but we're going to give a window to launch, and it doesn't matter what your trade volume is. If you come in and trade $1 million, you're not going to pay anything more than that $250. At the end of that 30 days, you'll then have the opportunity just to subscribe to whatever level you'd like. We're going to have some additional surprises. We're going to show you how you get the NFT. It's called minting. You go to a website, you connect your wallet to the mint you pay. It's going to cost you 0.15 ETH plus gas fees. We'll help you identify when the best time is to do it. Typically later in the evening, most of the time is when gas fees are typically lower. After normal US business hours is when it's typically a little bit lower. Right now, I looked a couple of hours ago, 0.15 ETH was, I think, $240. The target for us was right around 250. So right now, ETH is down a little bit. So you're actually going to get a little better price than we originally had planned. The plan is to begin this a week from tomorrow. We're working very diligently. I've had so many phone calls, so many texts, so many emails of, hey, how can I get the NFT now? I honestly had no clue that this thing was going to do what it's done. We talked to some folks. Brian introduced me to a guy in Ukraine. We've talked to people in London. I know Yogi's talked to several people over in Europe. We've talked to groups in Africa. We've talked to people in the Far East. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know what other words to use. It's just a lot bigger than I ever thought it would be. I thought we might
too, Allan. One question I have from a guy
the main thing to kind of take to note is don't forget you get 30 days to use the bot for the $250. So if you use them 30 days very carefully to work out, you could also use that to work out what package you want when you start getting charged, if that makes sense. So it's going to be a little test run. So you can kind of see, okay, if I put this much money in, I'll do this much trading volume. I'm happy with this every month. So then you can select that package. And then when we start charging the subscriptions, you'll know what package you want. So the 30 days using the bot is so important in that sense. So you kind of can prepare in advance, if that makes sense, and get your subscription money ready to just carry on, if that makes sense.
Do you have to be at the live party to get the airdrops?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Not to get the airdrop. Not to get the airdrop.
Oh, the airdrop will come to you. Yeah.
Yes, it's
but then you won't
to get the inside.
The contract address.
You won't know all the noise, the alpha. You won't get the alpha.
Yeah, potentially you probably could make anything from 500 to a few grand on that day if you join in. Because we can't say too much, but it's supposed to be a surprise alpha sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, just jump in and join the party.
Trade, right? You can take that money and put it right into trade.
Yes,
yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. The whole point is that is the roadmap. Is you get in with the NFT at $250. You make a little bit of money on the launch party day. You get your $250 back, and whatever's left over, you can put 50% of that into the actual bot, experience it for 30 days, see what it does, and even compound that for the next month, right? And so literally we're handing this free to you guys, if that makes sense, if you look at it from that point of view.
And Allan, there's some good questions in there because I mean you're in Texas. I know you like honeypots. You know,
no,
I don't even know what it is. I just think it's funny.
Oh, honeypot, no. Yeah, honeypots are bad. Honeypots are bad. Honeypots, yeah. We do. If anybody's asking, we have our AI is diving into the Ethereum contracts. I mean, again, I don't want to get hyper technical, but it's looking. We know what honeypots look like in the contract. The problem is if you don't go through and look at the contract, and if you don't know what you're looking at, you're not going to see that. The AI is going to have the understanding of what that is, and we'll go dive into it before we make a purchase. It can do it instantaneously, much faster than a human can. Though I will just say this, scammers and those guys are always creating. And as we find new things and learn new things they're doing, we're going to feed it to the bot. The bot will learn, and we'll prevent those. Will we get honeypot? Yes, I can promise you right now there's going to be honeypots. That's where that's why I say when we're at a 71% win rate, you're never going to be at 100%. Not until it becomes to the point of regulation that there's people out there that are going to scam you. It is what it is. It's unfortunate, but if we can continue the 70% win rate and keep going up as the bot learns, you're going to be making money. I saw somebody ask, do we see any issues with, what does it say? Paul asked, governing bodies either in the state of Texas or in the U.S. I don't, we're going to have, Yogi can talk about the licensing that we're doing in Dubai and in Bali. The U.S. is probably 2 years away, realistically, from having any serious regulation. And Yogi, I'll let you address kind of what our plans are on that roadmap.
Our plans are currently right now at the moment is to, we've got the LLC in Dubai getting set up. That takes about 4 to 6 weeks. And also we've applied for the crypto regulation license in Dubai as well. That also takes about 4 to 6 weeks, give or take. So there's a few questions that they want to ask me and background check and all that sort of all the good stuff basically to get the license in place. We're going to get a regulation license sorted out in Singapore, Bali, London, which will probably happen next year, Europe as well, which will probably happen next year as well. The last one is definitely, I know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen at the end, if that makes sense. Unfortunately, the US will roll out crypto regulation, but they're going to be the last ones that jump on the bandwagon, if that makes sense. And when they do, we've got that under wraps as well. So we're going to get that as well. So hopefully in 2 years, we'll have at least the global part of all the regulations license sorted out and authorized as well. I saw that someone asked a question about the monthly paid automatically taken out. No, it's going to be done manually. So it will be a little thing like you have to pay every time when your membership runs out. Yes, ideally it's going to be done in USTDs, no credit cards. And also there's going to be an option to pay in Ethereum as well. On the website.
Yeah, we're generating Ethereum, we can just pay with that.
Yeah, you can pay with what? Yeah, USDT and Ethereum are the two. We will have the opportunity down the road to maybe do some other coins of, other tokens. We've talked, I'll just kind of share, we've talked Bitcoin to be able to sell, because we've got some plans to do some trading with Yogi's got some really great ideas and some things that we can do as far as Bitcoin pairs. And again, I don't want to get too fancy schmancy, but yeah, we've got other plans to do other than the Ethereum blockchain.
There's a lot more coming. There's a lot more coming in, guys. A lot more. The roadmap is very big. Yeah, we've got a lot of work to do. But it's going to be exciting. And it's literally just gonna, an example of this being a Ethereum printer. We're going to have the same thing for Bitcoin in just a short story, basically.
Yeah, question about VPN. I don't.
Yeah, I'll talk about the VPN. So a VPN is a virtual private network. I'll just say this, if you're in the US, you need to have a VPN, not because of regulation, not because of somebody else. If you're using your computer at Starbucks, you need to have a VPN. If you're using it at McDonald's, you need to have VPN, because VPN puts in what it does. It protects you from people grabbing your IP address and being able to steal your information off your computer or what you're sending through the network. There are people out there that the US has some of the most lax regulation on their cellular data that they don't have in Europe, and a lot of that's done because of the carriers. There's several VPN companies out there. It's not expensive, but do you have to have a VPN? Absolutely not. I have a VPN. I use it on my phone and I use it on my computer. And that's because that's a security thing for me. It's not about regulation. It's about keeping people who I don't want to have access to my computer. We will do some video training on security. Because that is a big thing in crypto. You've got to, if you start making all this money in crypto, you need to protect it, because remember, your wallet's public. They may not know who owns it, but they can see it. It's all on the blockchain. Everything's public. And so if you've got, $10,000 in your wallet and somebody figures out, your passcode, you want to put layers in there so that if they get your passcode through phishing, social engineering, whatever, that they have multiple steps. They will quit if it's hard. It's just like anybody else. Nobody's going to rob your house if you've got, bars on it and 8 locks and, big dog in the house. But if you got the door wide open and the windows open and nobody's at home, somebody's going to rob you. I mean, it's kind of the same way with crypto.
I like that. I did see a question, is there possible chances of losses? Yeah, I win 7 out of 10 trades, basically 70%, 71%. So like Allan said.
Yeah, we're going to lose. We're going to have losses. Will we have overall losses? They'll be very rare. I can tell you there may be days when we won't trade. It's going to be, it's very much designed to go with the market. But I also can tell you next year, we're going to have a bull run, and the market, you're going to be able to almost throw things like against the wall and make money. What this bot's advantage is at that point is speed. The reason I created this bot was to get you to the first of the line whenever you go to purchase. It is still going to do that. It's just not as big an advantage in a downward turn market because there's not as many buys. But when you start having thousands and thousands and thousands of buys, getting to the front of the line is going to be the difference between a 2x quickly or a 2x 3 days from now, or maybe not a 2x at all.
And does it trade 7 days a week? It's basically up to you.
Yes.
As a
You
person.
if you leave it on, it'll stay active 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So you have the choice of turning it off.
And you can set the amount that you want to trade in your wallet.
And we'll have some trainings on that. It really comes down to your risk tolerance. And
Right.
we'll some people may want to put, 30%. Some people might want to put 10%. Some people might be aggressive and put 50%. I would never suggest anybody put 100%, because that means that's like going to the roulette wheel and putting all your money on 7. I mean, you don't want to put it all in one, and it's not going to trade all your money in one trade. But I still would you want to managing your wallet is just as important as your trading. Managing your money is just as important as the trading.
Right. Crypto trades 7 days a week. So, and I mean, yeah, if you up your higher amount of gas fees to, like, say, just put it at $100, it'll take a lot more trades, than if you just have your gas fee set at $7.
Somebody asked a scalper bot. Is this a scalper bot? It's not a scalper. I think you probably mean a sniper bot. It is not currently a sniper bot. The snipe function is in the bot. We're not making that available currently. We will make that available in a future phase, but it is there. It's already coded. It can be done. There doesn't have to be any additional coding to turn it on. It's just that's an advanced feature that most people don't have any really, unless you know what you're doing, you probably shouldn't even mess with. It's for the more professional, higher end, more sophisticated traders.
I got a question too, Yogi or Allan. Is there plans for Binance Coin, BNB, on the Binance Smart Chain network, on trading on that in the future? Did I freeze?
No, Yogi. I didn't know if Yogi
we
answered
can.
that.
Yeah, I mean, we can, but the problem you've got, because the gas fees are a lot more lower on the BNB chain, you're kind of vulnerable to a lot more scammers.
That's kind of what I wondered. Okay, I was wondering that too, because I know the gas fees are lower, but there's a lot of
and it's easy for scammers to create lots of contracts and just do liquidity traps and honey traps and just rug pulls as well,
save.
Will find.
Yes.
But the total market cap for the meme pool is about $65 billion, split between Pancake Swap and Uniswap. So I think Uniswap's about $34 billion. It's enough money in the pot for us to make sure that everyone makes money, if that makes sense. And that's in the bear market. Like in the bull run, it will be probably 3 times more.
Wow. And so to kind of go with what Yogi says, and honestly, when the gas prices are higher in Ethereum, you tend to actually find more gems, more hot, really good tokens, because the scammers, it's easier for the bot, it's easier for the layperson to find them. You got to pay more, but usually you're going to make more, because when you put a coin out, when you issue a coin, you have to pay gas fees to do that. And so a scammer is going to wait until the gas fees are really low to do that versus, paying a lot more. It's much more expensive than a trade, the gas fees. So where you might pay $80 on a trade, a really high gas fee, they're going to pay $800 to launch something. So it's multiple times more expensive for them to do that. So just throw that out there for a little education.
I like
Steve
it.
Johnson's got his hand up.
Go ahead. Yeah, he's had it up for a while. I think we answered his question, but if you don't, go ahead. His arm's probably hurting. It's been up so long. Steve.
Steve, your hand's turning blue. It's been up so long.
Another thing too. So Yogi, Allan, what's the next step, like the call to action to do? I mean, obviously I want to get my hands on the NFT, so I'm ready, for Halloween, for the token drops in my wallet, take that, put it into the trading bot. Is that the next step for us? Just prepare, set up the Google Docs.
Go back to the person that invited you onto this. And we have a Google Doc where you will whitelist your wallet. And we're going to use that. That will also create a genealogy. So you'll need to put, depending on what team you're on, the promo code. There's a promo code. It's already hard coded in for all of Brian and Sally's team. So you don't need to enter that. But what you do need to do is put the name of the person that introduced you to this or brought you to it. It creates our genealogy tree for the affiliate portion. It's time stamped. So when we do convert everything over, we're going to go back to time. I will just tell the leaders, just kind of give you a heads up. You're going to have the opportunity to fix any mistakes that it might have been made or whatever. So I mean that we're looking out for those that are building teams. If somebody gets put in the wrong place or wrong, they didn't enter their name right, or they didn't enter your name right, or something. We're gonna have some flexibility for a few days after we transfer everything over.
Are we gonna have links when this does launch?
Yes, everybody will have their own link. Yeah, I mean it's going to be, like I said, a traditional. I didn't realize. I guess having been in some different opportunities, I had no idea what the extent of setting up a back office is. It's crazy. There's a lot of work. There's a lot more work. It's not like turning a switch on. There's a lot of thinking and processing and things that have to be done. And so yeah, we're working with another company. We're not doing it ourselves. We're focused on the bot and our roadmap, but we've got a third party that's assisting us in this.
So Yogi or Allan, just to give out some teasers, because I know some people are like, what expected profits daily basis? Obviously, that depends on your settings that you're setting up yourself. But what have you guys seen this bot do in like a month on an account or a week from the past of using it?
I hate giving numbers. I will just tell you that
Be conservative.
I know. I'll say teens. I'll say return in the teens.
Returning
That I'm comfortable saying. If you don't let, I mean, if you are not crazy conservative, limiting to like one trade a day, and you're only putting $50 in, if you're doing that, it's going to be hard to do that. But if you're doing what we're going to teach, because we are going to teach you how to do this, the teens, I'm comfortable saying that. Let's just put it that way. Will it do more? It has we have a 71% win rate. So you can do the math. That now I will say 71% win rate does not take into consideration gas fees. So you need to know that. It is strictly the winning percentages of we're making in the neighborhood of 2x per trade. It's a little bit less. It's 1.88, but it's still, so we'll get it up to over 2.
I like it. There's some more questions in there for you, Allan, as well.
Yeah.
So go ahead. You can read those while
the range of the drawdown 0 to 100, 0 to 100%. You control the drawdown totally. If you want to trade everything in your wallet every day, you can do that. You just know that you might lose 30%.
Risk
You
manage.
might make 70%.
Just got a risk manager account.
Yeah, and we're not gonna.
We'll do something on risk management as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. It's realistic, guys. When you start talking about bots that are doing 3.5% a day for 30 days straight, it's just, just doesn't seem like it's really real.
And the most amazing thing is the funds are yours. There's no lock-in period for 100 days or 30 days or anything like that. You've got full access to all your money, and it's all on your MetaMask.
And to draw down, you control your drawdown.
Yeah, if anybody wants to come up and ask questions, I mean, you don't have to do them all in the chat at this point. I'll be more than happy to answer. You can do an AMA.
There's
ask me anything.
a Telegram chat for this as well. And we do
There is yeah, I'll put Brian and Sally have one set up for your team. The team leads will have one set up. We also have a corporate channel. It is post only, so there's no conversation that goes on, but we're making announcements in it. If you give me about 10 seconds, I will post it in the chat.
I just posted it.
Yeah, so all the
Okay,
announcements,
thanks.
yeah, all the
can talk.
announcements will happen in the announcements channel in the corporate chat, and all the leaders will be in the corporate chat. So they'll have the information. You guys will be able to funnel it down to your downlines into your own Telegram groups.
I think we misspelled it
Because
again.
we've got like a
That's okay.
Nigerian Telegram group, a Dubai one, and we've got a London one as well, and a Europe one, and then we've got you guys with the US one as well. So it's a bit difficult to try and funnel it all out. But we thought if all the leaders just get in on the corporate one, so they've always got access to us and all the news and everything that we drop. And obviously everything will be dropped on Twitter as well. So if you're following the Twitter, please do go out there and follow our Twitter page as well, and join your leaders' Telegram groups for all the up-to-date news and everything that's going to happen in the days to come as well.
Yeah, the withdrawal out of your would be instant because it's already in your wallet. I mean, you just
Yeah, so it takes typically MetaMask. If you send it, you can send it to your crypto.com, and we'll talk all about this, where you can get the credit card for crypto.com, where you can withdraw immediately. MetaMask to crypto.com is what I use. You could use Coinbase, you could use, depending on where you're at in the world, you could use Binance. It's instant. I mean, it's within 15 seconds. You're going to have that. If you transferred $100 or $1,000 from MetaMask to crypto.com, within 15 seconds, it's there. That money's live. It'll be in Ethereum. You can sell that Ethereum, make it into fiat or US dollars, and then you can upload it onto your debit card and go to the ATM and withdraw it. So you can do all that within an hour. You could do, if you needed the money. If you want to send money from crypto.com to your bank, you can do that as well. The first time you do it, it takes 2 or 3 days. But I know now when I do it with mine, it's the next. If I do it in business hours, I get it the next morning. So it's basically 24 hours. Just like any other bank transfer, other than a wire.
I like it. So get back with the person that invited you. Get the Google Docs, and when it says sponsor, just write your sponsor's name in there. You'll see where it says Power Team. That's just like our team name. Like if you're on here, you're probably on somewhere in our team. So like, welcome to the team. If you're someone that's going to, want to go put in and create your own team name and put in hundreds and hundreds of people, I'm pretty sure they can create you your own doc as well.
Yeah, if you're going to put in, you think you're going to have 100 people in the first 30 days, then it's probably just as well we create you a doc. You'll be under the Power Team, but we'll create you your own doc so that it's easier for you to and us honestly to manage. But Yogi, myself, Nadia, I thought I saw Nadia pop on. I thought she was taking the night off.
So did I.
Correct. There you are.
She's on.
She said she's going to take the night
Hey
off.
guys, no, I can't be too far away. It's too exciting. I wanted to help Sally out in the chat, so I'm here in the background. But you guys are doing a tremendous job. Thank you, Brian, Allan, Yogi. Thank you.
And we have Craig. We're all in the Power Team chat.
Oh, we're all here.
Brian and
Oh, we're all
Sally.
here.
So if you have questions, we will be in that chat at least for the foreseeable future. Obviously, when this thing blows up, we're probably not going to be able to get into every group. But Brian, I personally will stay active in Brian's just because Brian's a good friend, and I want to see this thing. I know what he's going to do. I know what his team's going to do, and so whether we'll all be in there all the time, probably not, because we're going to have to at some point start splitting our time up.
So guys, take advantage of this right now. Let's get more people on the next Zoom to learn about this, because this is the future. This is going in the right direction. You can see my buddy Lee on here. He's been waiting for something just like this that trades. We have access to our funds. It's on a DeFi wallet. You can't ask for anything cooler in the crypto space. You really can't, and so thank you, Lee, for coming on. Great questions tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming on. Thank you, Yogi, Nadia, Allan. I'll probably have you in 10 conversations tomorrow, Alan. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to quit your job. Yogi, you might have to pay him.
Well, actually, I took tomorrow off, so
Good to know.
so that just so everybody knows, I am, and I don't know how I'm going to do this because I love my job. I'm a school teacher. I work with special needs kids at a public high school in Texas. I used to be a coach. I've already sitting there thinking, how in the heck am I going to be able to do both at the same time? I'm not. I know that I told my wife, I said, I might be having to quit by Christmas. I might have to tell the school I'm retiring. And I don't know what I'm going to do, but yeah, let's give me that problem to have to deal with. I would love that. And I think it would be great for everybody, but I'm around tomorrow, Brian. So yeah, it's not an issue. I'll talk to whoever you want me to.
All right. Well, I'll set it up. Thank you guys for coming on. We'll stop this now here at an hour. So just get back to the person who invited you, get that Google Doc, fill it out really quick, and you can send out the same Google Doc and have them put your name as a sponsor. And we'll be prepared to get some NFTs, some tokens, put it in this. I'm so excited. I wish we could just get started right now. But thank you guys for coming on. Yogi, I know I don't even know what time it is there. It's probably
Like 6 a.m. I'm about to watch the sunrise.
so guys, these guys are working hard. So I love it. I'll see you guys on the next Zoom. We will drop in our power team chat on Telegram about the Zooms in the chats that we were displayed here in the chat as well. There's so many chats going out. But so you'll get the Zoom information a day before for the next one, and we will see you on there. All right. Thanks everybody. See you later,
guys.
Thanks. Bye.